Good morning. Today we are starting Unit 5A. We're going to begin graphing. Today we're going to start with the coordinate plane and plotting points. So first we're going to look at the coordinate plane. So this is our graph, and these two lines with the grid we call a coordinate plane. So we're going to label the different parts. So we have two different axes. Axis is the line that divides into four different sections. We have the y-axis and the x-axis. So the y line and the x line. Now, it's sometimes challenging to tell which one is which. So if we put the letters next to each other, y is the longer letter, y is the axis, the line that goes up and down, and x goes left to right. So I'm going to put an x by this one, x-axis, and this way is my y-axis. So my y-axis is this line, and my x-axis is this line. So my x-axis I did in green there. I know you can't really use a highlighter there, but you can tell which is which. If you'd like to write here, y-axis goes up and down, and our x-axis goes left to right. Now, those are our two axes. The part where our graph crosses in the middle, right here, we call that the origin, the center of the graph. So right there, that is the origin. And those two lines in the origin divide our graph into four parts. We call them quadrants. The prefix quad means four. There are four different spaces, and we number them. This quadrant in the top right is quadrant 1. This is where everything is going to be positive, because on our number line, this would be 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to the left, we'd have negatives, -1, -2, -3. And then we have the same thing in the other direction, going up and down. So 0, we have +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And negatives, like if you were going to dig a hole in the ground, you'd be going down, underground, -1, -2, -3, and so on. So where everything's positive, we call that quadrant 1. You can put Q1 there. And then we work our way around the circle backwards from a clock. We call this counterclockwise. So this quadrant over here is quadrant 2. Continuing around where everything is negative, we have quadrant 3. And then back here we have quadrant 4. Those are our four different sections of the graph. Now, within this graph, we can plot points. It says give the coordinates and describe the location of each point. So the coordinates we call an ordered pair, x first and then y. So remember, x is left to right, the letter y is longer, it goes up and down. So we always list them in alphabetical order, x first, then y, and we always have parentheses around them. It tells us directions. Instead of just listing two numbers next to each other, when we have the parentheses around it, it tells us first we need to do this, then we need to do this. So it's like directions. If you're going to give someone directions to your house, you have to go in a specific order. Same here. So when we count x and y, we always start from the origin. So we're going to count left and right first. We're going to go one way or the other on our x-axis. So to get to the letter M, I'm going to count from line to line. How many spaces are there? We go 1, 2, 3. And to the left, these are our negative numbers. Positive numbers would be to the right. Negative numbers are to the left. So we went -3 on the x-axis. Then how many did we go up and down? So first we went left to right. Then we're going up and down. From here, we're going up 1, 2. So -3, 2 is our ordered pair, or the coordinates of the point M. Now we're going to look at the letter A. To get to the letter A, yes, we are going left and right. From the middle, we're going to the right. 1, 2. So we went 2 to the right. Did we go up or down off of this line? No, we did not. We did not go anywhere up or down. We went nowhere. We just went 2 to the right and then stayed right there. then T. To get to point T, we are going left and right again. I'm going to erase this so we can kind of see what we're working with. To get to T, going left and right, we're going positive 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up and down, we're going down, or negative 1, 2, 3, 4. We went down 4 times. All right, next point, the letter H. To get to the letter H, we are not going left and right. So on our x-axis, we didn't move anywhere. We're staying right in the middle, so we went nowhere left and right. But then we just went down 1, 2, 3. So negative 3 going down. So make sure you draw your left to right first and then up and down, or no, based on your x and your y axes. It does say to describe each, so we need to say what quadrant each point is in, or which axis is it on. So first, this point M, if we label our quadrants, remember where everything's positive, that's where we begin. Quadrant 1, and then going backwards around the circle, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So first, point M is in quadrant 2. Point A, it looks like it might be in quadrant 1, but that's not correct. It's actually on this line. It's on the x-axis. The letter T, that one right here, is in quadrant 4, Q4. And then letter H. This one right here, where's the dot, not the letter? The dot is on the y-axis. So you can write that. It's on the y-axis. All right, let's flip over to the back side. I would like you to try and plot each of these points. Remember, x goes left to right first, then up and down, so x and then y. And if you would like to number the lines, you may. You do not need to, you can just count as well. So take a minute and try each of these on your own. Then I have them already solved. I'll show you on the next slide. So I'm going to plot a couple first, just so we get the hang of it, and then I'll show you all of them and you can check. So first, x goes left to right, so 0, we didn't go anywhere, just up 6. Y is up and down. I'm going to cross it off so I know I did that one. Then 4, 2, x is left to right first, then up and down. So 4 to the right, and then up 2. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2 to get to that point. Then we have 5, 0. So left and right 5. Positive 5 would be to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we didn't go up or down. 0 up and down is right on the line there. We'll do one more. 3, -2. So on our x-axis, positive 3 is to the right. 1, 2, 3. And then -2 is down 2. That's where our point is. So here are each of our points. They actually form kind of a rectangle or a square. So go ahead and pause the video and check to make sure yours match. And then we're going to do our very last slide. It says plot and connect the points. Then the second part, find the perimeter of the figure. Perimeter, remember, means the length around an object. So we're going to add all the sides up. Add up all sides. So let's plot our points first. Remember, x is left to right, y is up and down. So when we plot our points, I'm going to follow that pattern. So x is -3, so 1, 2, 3 to the left. And then positive 3 is up, 1, 2, 3, right there. When you're doing this on your paper, don't actually draw on the paper these little bumps or humps here. You're just using your pencil to follow. So you should only really have this point drawn. Then 4, 3, x's left to right, then up and down. So positive 4 is to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 3, positive 3, 1, 2, 3. Just plot your point there. You don't need to draw the line to connect them. Next one, 4, negative 2. On my x-axis, 4 is to the right. Negative 2 is down, digging underground, down. And our last point, left and right, we're going negative 3, so to the left, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And then negative 2, down 2. Make sure when you're counting, you are counting really the spaces. From this line to this line, we jumped 1. From this line to this line, we jumped 2. Okay? So we plotted the points. Now we're going to connect them. And we are going to find the perimeter. Perimeter, we have to add up all of our sides. So from one side to the other, we went a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to label that 7. The bottom should be the same. They're the same length. And then on the other sides, the left and the right side, we have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same on the other side. So 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7. Well, I know 5 and 5 is 10. 7 and 7 is 14. So if we add those two together, 10 plus 14 should give us a total of 28. You will have 2 questions, I believe, like that on your homework. So go ahead and get started. One thing I would like to tell you, these two on the bottom, 13 and 14, are just like that last question on your notes. And on question 16, there is not an x and a y axis drawn for you. We are only looking at quadrant 1. The other quadrants we do not need to use because everything is positive. So if you want to label these, you can. Notice that our points, x comma y, x-axis we can go by ones, but our y-axis we have to get up to the number